See the road in front of me, you can see the spraying of the water and the crowds on the bridge and along the barbed wire fence. There's several hundred people, and the reason why they're spraying water is because when they spray water on the crowds and then they spray mace, the mace sticks to the water like a magnet. The water is like a magnet for the mace, and then it burns their skin. So the water makes the mace more effective, and it burns their skin. We're headed towards the bridge. This is Standing Rock, North Dakota. There is an action happening right now by the bridge. They're trying to clear the bridge of 2 Army vehicles which have been burnt out and there for probably a week or 2, which do not need to be blocking the road. It is a public road. It could be cleared, but it is an intentional barricade preventing not only the water protectors but the protesters from going through. So there's hundreds of people before us. Lisa's already been up there. They've been shooting tear gas and water into the crowd. They're very, very brave souls that are peacefully standing and just chanting, "Water is life." There's medics along the sides of the road. There's a lot of people here that are in support, that are behind the lines, that are just supporting their friends that are in front of them. There's people coming back. We got to clear the roads. There's people that got maced. That's one of the young men that I saw earlier today, trying to stick together with Lisa. Oh, there are people that are they got through. Did they get through the barricades? I mean, the barbed wire? It looks like they got through the barbed wire.
They're going around the lake.
They're going around somehow. Okay, so the barbed wire goes up to the lake. Apparently some people are driving backwards. There's people arriving with coats and blankets because after you get maced, the coat is no good. And then if they're spraying water, they're getting very wet, and it's very wet and cold. You can see. Lisa, where are you? People, they're going around the lake on the other side. Lisa! Oh no, I've gotten separated from Lisa. I don't like that. You got to understand, these are people, many of them young people, that are facing stories of hundreds of years of colonization where they've been suppressed, where their children have been torn from their families and have been put in boarding school, where they've been placed on reservations, where they have no jobs, high alcoholism, high drug use. Hi, Denali. Oh, gosh. So they're facing, yes, she's okay. They've been facing hundreds of years of suppression, and they're sick and tired of it. And they've been on this camp now for months, some of them since July, and living in freezing cold, living off of donated resources just to protect clean water that affects 17 million people downbridge.
Blankets to the front. Only blankets to the front.
Let me go over here, Lisa.
Yeah.
As I get closer, the lights get brighter. You may not be seeing very much, but what I'm seeing before me is hundreds of people that have now gone down along the side of the bridge, which has got about 5 feet of barbed wire. They're going down along the lake. They're going around the bridge. Police cars are now starting to go on that side of the bridge. And
Oh my God, look at those.
again, they have no weapons. They're chanting, "Water is life." And you can see ahead of us that there's mist still from the mace and the sprays. There's camera crews here, hundreds of people along the edge.
They need blankets down there over on the left.
There's people burning sage.
Blankets down over on the left.
They're bringing blankets for the people that are cold and wet from being sprayed with water. And again, they're being sprayed with water because when they spray mace, the water acts like a magnet for the mace. There's people that are soaking wet. They have gas masks. I can smell sage. People are now, looks like, breaking the wire. And they'll be going through. I see drones in the air. And there is now a spot in the fence here.
Blankets coming from the front right now.
I don't know who broke that wire. I don't know if that was condoned by the elders or not. But there's now a space in the fence on this side.
Where'd they start the fire?
I don't know if starting the fire was also condoned by elders, but there is now a fire.
I think they did it though.
I don't know, but
Yeah, that's tear gas fire, right?
that's tear gas. I don't know if the fire was started by the tear gas or not. The airplanes, the people are hooting and hollering at the airplanes. Keep in mind that there's been airplanes circling our camp for hours. Every single night for days and weeks on end. They've been harassing them with bright lights, with helicopters and airplanes. It was reported last week that they sprayed chemicals over the camp. People have been getting sick. They've had sore throats.
Please come up, medical. Connie, your sister is here.
Now they're starting fires. Absolutely. They are starting fires with the tear gas. That was either a bottle rocket or some kind of fireworks are going off. This is not looking violent, not looking peaceful, but we don't know who the instigators are. We don't know if the police are starting those fires with the tear gas or if there are people on our side. There are people that are immediately rushing to put out those fires, though. We can see that. I do see somebody down on the ground. I hear another shot of tear gas or mace. These are people that are fed up. They are tired of being suppressed. They want clean water. They've been praying for months on end for clean water. Peacefully.
What is that?
Blackbird to the back. Blackbird to the back. Your girlfriend is here. Blackbird to the back.
It's unbelievable, huh?
Unbelievable that this is happening in America today.
Do you see them all down there now? They dropped them all, the police off all over there and barricaded that side.
I see police now, yes, on the other side. They're standing in a row, and the people that are walking around there they're close, some are retreating, some are walking forward. It doesn't appear like anybody wants to go away.
Water is life!
There are people standing at the front lines with their arms in the air, in front of the lights, in front of the water, allowing themselves to be sprayed, simply saying, Mini Wachoni, water means life. More and more of the people are going down, trying to go around the river, going towards the police officers. They're not stopping. There's a hole in the fence, and now camera crews and more of the water protectors are going through. Some of them are checking the side of the water to see if they could go through the river. There are people along the hill that are collecting on the hillside. There's more help. People are coming from all sides. There's airplanes in the air. I can see rows and rows of police officers on the other side of the barricade. There are probably dozens of police officers. They've been sending police officers from 5 different states. That's taxpayer dollars that are those are resources that are being taken from those states and sent here. Taxpayer resources sent here. I see a water protector on the front lines waving to the police officers as he's being sprayed with water. There's some very brave people on the front lines. People going through the fence now to the side of the river. They're going around the river to the other side. The people in the front continue to be sprayed. It is very cold out here. To stand in the way of being sprayed with water is subjecting yourself to freezing, literally freezing cold, and getting hypothermia. So there's blankets that are being delivered, milk of magnesia, water, very fast-paced, people coming to support the water protectors from all over. Elders, young people. They're bringing signs down now to the water. There are hundreds and hundreds of people here. There are literally people everywhere I look. Down by the water now, I believe I hear a Hawaiian horn, a conch shell.
Hey, here's warm jackets, anyone? Guys, we're leaving
I see boxes of warm jackets going down there, blankets. There's dozens and dozens of police cars. We're going to check back in, but this is going to be going on for a long time, I could say. A long time.
Clear the road! Medical transport! Clear the road! Please keep the middle clear.
People continue to come. They'll replace the people who have left because they've been sprayed with mace. We were at the medic station down at the camp, and there were people being hauled away in the ambulances. There was somebody with a wound on his head. There was somebody else who was just completely catatonic. People's faces dripping with milk of magnesia. It does not feel good to have mace. It sounds like, oh, pepper spray. You could just, close your eyes and deal with it. But no, they're spraying them with water, and then they spray them with mace, and the water acts like a magnet to the mace, and it literally burns your skin. So they know what they're doing when they're spraying them with water. They're trying to make the mace even more painful. Hundreds more now are going down around the river. More helicopters with searchlights. People being hauled off that can't walk. People unable to walk now leaving the site. People with goggles, headlamps. I have a bandana across my face, but I don't have goggles. We're also concerned about the arrests. So the other day, Red Fawn was arrested, and they said that she grabbed a gun and fired 3 shots into the air, and now she's facing 20 years in prison. So any of the people that are at the front lines here are risking felonies. Some of them won't be able to even leave the state. For some reason, they won't be able to leave the state until their arraignment, which could mean 4 to 5 months from now. So Lisa and I would be at the front lines, but we have children to take care of, and I also would rather not have a felony that would have me not be able to travel internationally and do my talks. So I'm being a little bit reasonable here, but these people are not reasonable. They are standing right in the way of the water. They've given up all reason, all care. They're being completely selfless and generous and are walking right through the water, going down around the lake, making the police very nervous, I'm sure. This is going to continue on, folks. We'll check back in later.